Welcome back to Lynn's Spotlight Daily, your daily scoop of entertainment buzz. Gwyneth Paltrow calls filming intimate scenes with Timothée Chalamet weirdly professional, and we can't blame her. You'd think that locking lips with Timothée Chalamet would be a dream gig, right? But for Gwyneth Paltrow, it turns out kissing scenes with a swoon-worthy Gen Z heartthrob felt less like a rom-com moment and more like choreographed tongue combat. Yep, you read that right. According to Paltrow herself, those intimate scenes were like making out with a colleague, complete with the unsexy practicality of stage directions and camera angles. Let's back up a bit. Paltrow, who's taken a solid break from the silver screen since Avengers: Endgame 2019, has made a bold return to acting in Marty Supreme, a steamy drama where, as she casually revealed, the characters have a lot of sex, and when we say a lot, it's enough that she started measuring her age in centuries instead of decades. Working with an intimacy coordinator made me feel like I was 109 years old, she joked, reminding us that even Oscar winners aren't immune to a little on-set awkwardness. Now, to be clear, there's no real-world scandal or off-screen romance brewing here. While fans are spiraling over viral photos of Paltrow and Chalamet in a passionate embrace, she in a jaw-dropping red gown and dramatic opera gloves, he doing the signature sultry pout, Paltrow insists the actual experience was far from steamy. "It's weird," she said during a recent interview, describing the process of filming sex scenes. "It's like choreography, but with tongues. That alone could be the tagline for Marty Supreme, honestly." She went on to praise Chalamet as polite, talented, and nice to work with, adding that despite their characters' on-screen antics, the vibe was nothing but professional. "There's no romance," she added, likely crushing the hopes of the internet's more excitable fanfiction writers. The still that ignited this frenzy is practically cinematic gold. In it, Gwyneth is draped in a voluminous red gown, looking like a high-fashion goddess from another era, while Chalamet leans in with that devastating mix of boyish charm and moody artist energy. The photo, predictably, went viral faster than you can say Oscar buzz. People weren't just talking about the kiss, they were talking about the gloves, the lighting, the angle, and the weight. Is this real life energy it exuded? And while Twitter was busy melting down, Paltrow was sipping her organic matcha latte and joking about how choreographed the whole thing was. For her, the sexiest part of the scene was probably when they nailed the blocking. One of the most unexpectedly wholesome details in all this cinematic heat. Gwyneth's decision to take the role was influenced heavily by her daughter, Apple Martin. Apparently, when Apple found out Timothée Chalamet was both producing and starring in Marty Supreme, she didn't just encourage her mom to sign on, she demanded it. According to sources, Apple has been a massive fan of Chalamet for years. So when the opportunity came for her mom to join him in a project, Apple was all in. In fact, insiders say she plans to be on set as much as possible. That's one way to ensure your mom doesn't embarrass you in front of your celebrity crush. Supervise the set like a hawk. The dynamic is giving cool mom energy, but also a touch of please don't make out with Timmy in front of me, I beg you. Gwyneth's return to acting has been long anticipated. After years of running Goop, selling jade eggs, and reminding the world that she's essentially the queen of wellness, fans were thrilled to see her return to the kind of performance that made her a household name. And Marty Supreme isn't just any film, it's being billed as a genre-bending, emotionally intense exploration of power, identity, and yes, a lot of sex. But if you're expecting steamy behind-the-scenes drama, Paltrow is here to disappoint you, in the most delightful way. She approaches the whole experience with a wry sense of humor and a clear sense of boundaries. "It's just work," she said. "Very weird work, but still work." And her thoughts on being back on camera? "It's like riding a bike. Except now the bike is 4K resolution, and everyone on set is half your age and has a TikTok following." Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the age gap. Paltrow is 51. Chalamet is 29. While Hollywood has long been guilty of pairing older men with much younger women without anyone blinking an eye, reverse the roles, and suddenly people have opinions. But instead of dodging the topic, Paltrow tackled it with her trademark bluntness. "If it were the other way around, no one would care," she said. so I'm just going to enjoy the moment and try not to trip over my heels. Honestly, good for her. With Marty Supreme already generating awards season chatter, Paltrow might be finding her way back into the acting world in a bigger way. Or not. Knowing her, she'll do whatever she feels like, whether that's a critically acclaimed indie, a superhero cameo, or inventing the next viral beauty smoothie. For now, she seems to be enjoying the chaos, the memes, and the joy of acting again, even if it means pretending to be wildly in love with someone her daughter may or may not have a poster of on her bedroom wall. As for Chalamet, well, he continues to be Hollywood's favorite tortured soul in tailored suits. And clearly, he knows how to keep things professional, even when his co-star is a 90s icon in red satin and opera gloves. Gwyneth Paltrow's refreshingly honest take on intimacy scenes, calling them weird, choreographed, and more awkward than hot, reminds us that movie magic is just that, magic. What looks passionate and spontaneous on screen is often the result of careful planning, countless takes, and yes, the occasional intimacy coordinator making sure no one's elbow is in the wrong place. So next time you find yourself swooning over a steamy scene in Marty Supreme, just remember, behind that passionate kiss is a script, a light meter, and Gwyneth thinking, this is basically HR with better lighting. Even though Gwyneth jokes that she felt like a 109-year-old lady on set, it's clear she's living a second life in Hollywood, where roles are no longer just for the resume, but for artistic fulfillment and, well, to please her teenage daughter. And Timothée? He continues to walk the fine line between indie artistry and mainstream heartthrob status, being both a dreamy guy in art house films and the on-screen kissing partner of a previous generation icon, all while making the internet collectively swoon. So, what does all this really say? Maybe those on-screen kisses are just carefully choreographed scenes with perfect lighting and a goop tea waiting backstage, but it's Gwyneth's honest, witty take that makes it all so much more entertaining. So next time you imagine an actor's life as full of glamorous lights and romantic kisses, just remember Gwyneth's words. It's like dancing, but with tongues. And honestly, only Hollywood could turn that into an art form. Who's your current favorite Hollywood star? Drop it in the comments, we love hearing from you. This is Lynn's Spotlight Daily, and we'll see you in the next Spotlight.